Welcome back to Jet the Hawk Reads Chapter 20 of The Walking Dead Hope. I'm Jet the Hawk. Let's continue where we left off, okay? A mangled corpse was trapped in between two of the wires, its body slashed in the same manner as the one he'd found earlier. A deep bloody hole adorned its forehead, its mouth agape. He used Charles to lift up the barbed wire and slip through it. He slowly made his way to the grass, through the grass, using his hunting knife to cut the longest ones to have a better view. After a few minutes, he stepped onto the gravel path. In front of him was a large lake, extending as far as the eye could see. On the other bank, the orange leaves of the trees reflected on the crystalline surface. A small shack stood on the edge of the yard, its windows and doors destroyed years ago. Half the roof had collapsed on itself since the last time he'd been there, a wooden beam sticking out on the side of it. There was a small pier that housed a single lonely wooden boat. Its oars were completely gone, but the wood was intact, albeit somewhat rotten. Inside the boat was AJ, facing the water and giving his back to Louis. Louis sat at the side, walking slowly forward. When he was a short distance away from the boy, he stopped and put his hands in his pockets. "Hey, buddy," he said, startling AJ. The boy turned on the spot and stared at Louis, a look of shock present on his face. "Louis, how did you find me?" "I'm an amazing detective," Louis claimed pompously, grabbing the flaps of his trench coat. AJ turned back to the water and sighed. "Sure, Louis." Frowning, the freckled man stepped onto the boat and sat beside AJ. It rocked a bit in the shallow water, creating ripples on this pristine surface. Louis wondered how it had managed to stay so clean after all these years. But focused on the most pressing matter. "What's on your mind, AJ?" he whispered, placing a hand on the boy's shoulder. Thankfully, he didn't shake the hand off. "Louis, do you love me?" Taken aback, Louis smiled. "Of course I love you, little dude," he said. "You're my family." "Remember the last time we were here?" AJ asked, looking over at the horizon. "You told me that exact thing over there." He pointed somewhere in the middle of the lake, when the water deepened and its blue hue became darker. "I do remember that," Louis said. That's how I found you, actually." "I wouldn't believe that, Louis," said AJ, "but lately it feels as if you and Clem love the baby more than me. Like you don't want to be with me anymore. What gave you that idea?" "Well, not at first, but I got the feeling you guys were pushing me away." AJ attempted to explain, frowning as he grasped for words. "It's like the baby has taken my place." "The baby is doing no such thing, kiddo," Louis assured him. "Having a baby will not change how Clem and I feel about you. It just means there's even more love to go around." AJ pursed his lips, looking up at his father figure. The only one he never known. He cast his eyes down to his hands, shaking his head. "But you guys are like a different kind of family, you know. Clem has always felt like a mom to me, but I always knew that she wasn't really my mom. I never met my mom and dad. Clem told me some stories about them, but she didn't know them for long either. I never really had a real father. This baby won't feel that. He or she will have two real parents. Well, yeah, we will be related by blood, but that doesn't make you any less important. Listen, I had a biological father, and he was a jerk." "He was?" AJ asked. "Yeah, and I hated him my whole life. He's the reason I was sent to the school in the first place. What I'm trying to say here is that having a father isn't what defines you as you're valuable as a person. Isn't what defines you as you value as a person. It's what you think of yourself that matters." The boy looked down at the floor of the boat pensively, absently kicking a small pebble that had launched itself between two planks. Louis placed a hand on AJ's shoulder, smiling down at his adopted son. "AJ, we love you so much, And I know when this baby comes, you'll be the best big brother anyone could ever ask for. All it takes is just a little confidence in yourself. I promise you, you'll never be cast aside. Not by me, and especially not by Clementine. You'll always be her little goofball. AJ smiled at the thought, looking up at Louis. You really mean that? Heck yeah, little man, he exclaimed, clapping the boy's shoulder. You remember the first time we came here? You asked me if Clem and I were having a baby. I did. I did? Yep. I was shocked too, Louis said, nodding. He looked up at the sun, which was already high up above them, warming the otherwise chilly atmosphere. I think we should get going now. Clem must be worried sick. Yeah, AJ replied, getting off the boat and walking toward the underground yard. He looked back at Louis with a sad smile. Oh, and Louis? Yes? I'm sorry I ran off. Just went, little man. Just try not to do that again, okay? The pair made their way through the tall grass, reaching the barbed wire and slipping through it with some effort. As they made their way back to the school, AJ suggested plant spotting, which brought a smile to Louis's face. For the next half hour, they pointed out exotic plants along the way, grading each other on how cool it looked. A rather beautiful yellow daffodil with orange streaks earned Louis a perfect score, while AJ only got 8, which caused a glimpse of a white rose with dark red stains. The boy claimed they were natural streaks, while Louis argued it was just some walker's blood. In the end, he let AJ have it and awarded him a 10, effectively tying the game. When they reached the school, Louis pulled AJ aside and kneeled in front of him. Now I want you to apologize to Clem, all right? Yeah, I'll do it, AJ said, nodding. Just hope she doesn't kill you, Louis teased. She wouldn't do that. You're right, Louis said. I forgot you have some sort of immunity into her anger. AJ giggled as they pushed the gates of the school open, surprised that no one was there to greet them. They spotted Violet stepping out of the admin building in the rush. When her eyes landed on Louis, she rushed them off, offering a cursory smile to AJ. Glad you're back, kiddo, she said, her breathing rather ragged. Louis frowned and looked down at his friend, raising an eyebrow. Vi, what's wrong? He asked. Walker attack or something? God, I hope not. No, Lou, she said rather irritably. It's Clementine. What is it? Louis's tone dropped at the mention of his wife. Horrible thoughts swimming through his mind. The baby's coming. And that was chapter 20 of The Walking Dead Hope, The Walking Dead fan fiction written by Goofy Gomez. What do I think of it? I actually find this chapter to be really nice. Both paragraph and sentence structurings are really nicely done. I like the fact that Louis and AJ have a father and son moment. Well, so to speak. Even though AJ and Louis are not really related, but at least Louis thinks of AJ as his adopted son, while AJ thinks of Louis as his adopted father. That's what I really like about it. And as for Clementine, oh my gosh, I can't believe she's having a baby at a time like this. Oh my goodness, this has gotta be the anticipation. I wonder what the baby's gender is. Is it a boy? Is it a girl? I hope it's a boy, but I'm not too picky. Sorry, I've kind of gotten ahead of myself. But other than that, overall, this chapter is really good. And this story overall is really nicely done. And the fact that AJ now knows he will never be replaced, that is truly heartwarming. Now, what do you all think of this chapter? Did you all like it or did you not? Feel free to let me know in the comment section down below. And are you enjoying this story so far, or are you not enjoying it so far? Don't forget to let me know in the comment section down below. Well, I better get going. I think it's about time for me to call it a night. The Babylon Rogues are gonna have a big treasure hunt tomorrow. So I decided to get chapter 20 out of the way. Storm will be reading chapter 21 later on. But thank you all very much for watching. This is Jet the Hawk, signing off. Bye!